If you like Japanese food, you probably have seen these curry roux mixes at your local Japanese or Asian grocery. If you just follow the instructions on the back, you can make some pretty decent Japanese style curry. But today, I'll show you 2 different variations to add to your repertoire. The light but delicious chicken soup curry and the rich and meaty keema curry. Well, let's get started. We'll make the chicken curry soup first. Alright, now let's go over the ingredients. We'll be using 4 chicken drumsticks, 1 carrot, 1 potato, and half an onion. For the broth, we'll use 1 block of curry roux, a tablespoon of curry powder, a teaspoon of consemme or chicken bouillon, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of ketchup, and 600 milliliters of water. Alright, let's first peel the onion, then the carrot, and the potato. Why do I have to look so serious all the time? Well, anyway, cut the onion in half. I'll show you a technique that I use to dice my onions. Use the tip of your knife to make vertical incisions towards the stem, but don't cut all the way through. Leave about 1/4 inch. Do this across the onion, but don't rush through. I'm gonna speed it up though. It should end up looking like this. Notice how it doesn't break apart. Now flip it over to the other side and cut horizontally. Again, leaving a little bit of space on the other side. You may need to tightly hold it down. Then finally cut it down and you should get roughly cube-shaped onions. Mine are not quite cubical, but it doesn't matter that much because I'm gonna cut it a little smaller, and so should you for this dish. Cutting the potato is much more straightforward. Just gonna cut it in half, then into about 6 or 7 pieces. All set. I like to have my carrots in different shapes, so just rotate it as you make diagonal cuts. Some pieces will be a lot bigger than others, but that's okay. All set. I now get a stove and a pot. Set it to medium heat. Add a block of butter and move it around until fully melted. Then put in the onions. And saute until lightly brown. Then put in the curry powder, the minced garlic, the ketchup, and the block of curry roux. Now mix everything up. The spices should be fully intertwined with the onion. Make sure there are no big chunks of curry roux left. Just stab them occasionally. Then put in the carrots. And the 4 chicken drumsticks. 2, 3, 4. And the potatoes. Add the 600 milliliters of water. By the way, this should be about 2 to 3 servings. My measuring cup wasn't big enough. Now add the chicken bouillon. Mix it up a tad, but you don't need to do it all the way through at this point. Then close the lid, set it to medium heat, and wait for it to boil. Alright, let's check it out. Ooh, it smells great already. Gently mix it up. Put the lid back on. Alright, now let it simmer in low heat for 15 minutes. Alright, looking great. It smells great. Let's do a taste test. Put it into a bowl or a plate of your choice. There we go. Sprinkle some parsley on top. And finished. So good. Okay, now let's make the keema curry. It's almost the same ingredients. We're gonna be using 100 grams of ground beef, half an onion, half a carrot, 2 blocks of curry roux, a tablespoon of men-tsuyu, about 10 grams of ginger, 1 clove of garlic, 200 milliliters of water, a teaspoon of salt and pepper, and 1 egg for the topping. Oh, and also half of canned tomatoes. Start by dicing up half an onion using the same method from before. Put it into a bowl, peel the carrot, but unlike me, try to smile while doing so. We're gonna dice up the carrots, so that is the way I do it. First cut vertically into thin slices. My camera angle should have been on the other side, but I think you can use your imagination. Ending up with a pile like this. Stack a few of them up, then cut them into little strips. Do it for the other stack. Put all into one pile. Cut them further. This should be good enough. Put it into the bowl with the onions. And we'll just dice up the ginger and the garlic. They should be about this size. Put them into the bowl. Alright, now we got a bowl full of chopped veggies. So get a stove and a pan. Set to medium heat. Coat the pan with oil. Put in all the chopped veggies. And saute them for a few minutes until the onions are lightly brown. Now put in the ground beef. Break it apart as you move it around. Cook until the beef is brown. Then pour the water, the canned tomatoes, then squish the tomatoes as you stir. Now add the 2 blocks of curry roux. Oh, it's out of focus. Melt the curry roux as you lower the heat. The goal here is to melt slowly. Otherwise, the roux can get burnt, which will taste really bad. It should end up looking kind of like this. So now add the men-tsuyu, salt and pepper, then mix it up. Then simmer in low heat without the lid for 10 minutes. Alright, looking good. Mix it up for the final time. Then put on top of a plate of rice. Yeah, I spilled some on the side. Gotta clean that up for the thumbnail. Sprinkle some parsley. In Japan, you top it off with a raw egg, but in the States, I'm gonna put on the onsen tamago, which I made in a previous video. It's just slow boiled eggs. Oh, the yolk came out of the white. Oh well. Oh, I actually prefer the way it looks. Oishii. It's definitely very different from the chicken curry. The Keema curry is supposed to be a lot more solid, while the soup curry is obviously soup. So it has such a different sensation. But the fact that you can make like such different kinds of curry just using generic Japanese curry mix kind of shows you how versatile like a Japanese curry mix is. Like you really don't need to follow the instructions. And you should definitely experiment. I'm sure you'll come up with something even better than this. But for now, I'm gonna stick to this. It's really good, but who knows, maybe I'll create a video in the future with an even better recipe. Oh my god, I'm starting to sweat. Okay, I gotta get going because my Warzone squad is calling me right now, and that means I should probably get on. So I'm gonna finish this and get going. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.